Welcome to Quanta Apprenticeships. In this video, we will cover the top 10 apprenticeship interview questions you're likely to face and how to answer them with confidence. I will break down what interviewers want to hear, and I will share practical tips to help you stand out when doing the interview. If you stay till the end, you will see some bonus interview tips that I've included, and be sure to check out my ebook, which is packed with expert advice to help you secure your dream apprenticeship. The questions that I go through in this video aren't of course going to be the same for every single interview, and some of these might not even come up at all, but these are the most generic questions that are most likely to come up. So the first question is, tell me about yourself. This is a very basic question. You want to start by introducing yourself briefly, mention your background, where you're from, where you've come from educational wise, and any relevant experiences that you've built up until this point. You want to highlight skills that you have that could match the apprenticeship role that you're applying for. You want to tailor it to you want to specifically tailor it to that, and share your enthusiasm for the opportunity, because you want to show them right from the start that you want this role. So question 2 is, why do you want an apprenticeship? In this question, you want to talk about your desire of why you want to go down the apprenticeship route. You can compare it to the likes of uni and how it's better. You want to talk about your desire of the hands-on learning aspect, the practical experiences that you will gain when doing an apprenticeship, but also the benefit of gaining a qualification and how it's better than going to university. You want to show why you think you perform better doing an apprenticeship. You want to emphasize how this route allows you to gain real world experiences by meeting people that you can network with, and how it will help boost your career exponentially, and how it will make you a better person compared to going down the likes of university, which might not be as beneficial for you. You want to show them why you're right for this fit. So the third question is, why did you apply to this company? Before you step foot into the room, you should have done enough research about the company so you know what to speak about. If it's potential projects that are upcoming, or rules that they have to follow in the future. You should know about these things. So when you speak and you claim to be, you follow certain things, you have to try and make it so you align to their projects, to their expectations, to their reputation. So you seem like a much more ideal candidate. If you researched it, what you say will stand out more to them, because that's what they're looking for in this sort of question. You want to show how your skills and your goals align to what they've planned for the future, and how what you can offer works with them, with the company. So question 4, what are your strengths? This is a pretty generic question, but it's a question that you have to have a good answer to. Everyone's going to get asked this question, but you want to have an answer that stands out above everybody else. So you'll have to highlight what your key strengths are. This could be teamwork, it could be communication, it could be problem solving. Again, you want to sort of tailor these things to the role that you're applying to. You want to make sure that they know, like, that they will remember you from what you say from a question so open like this. You also want to share times you've used these strengths, let's say in past experiences. There'll be questions that come up later that are more based on, tell me a time this happened. But if you can drop feed little bits here and there, it will make your answers much better. Again, another common question is, what are your weaknesses? Of course, nobody is perfect. You want to have thought of a weakness that you have. It could be something small, it could be something big, but you don't want it to be something drastic where they're gonna look at you and think, no, this kid is not serious, we can't take him in. It's got to be a genuine weakness, and you have to explain steps on how you think you can improve from it. You could say, oh, maybe I'm not the best working under pressure, but having done X, Y, and Z by timetabling, by prioritizing the right tasks, I've now improved um my workload, and now I'm much better at working under pressure, and this is shown by XYZ. You want to be able to show how you might have a weakness, but how you're constantly improving, trying to get better at it. You have to highlight the growth that you're projecting, that come the next couple of years you will become better. You'll become a better person of what you are right now, because you have to remember, nobody's perfect. So you can't go in there thinking, I'm perfect, I've got no weaknesses, because everyone does. So question 6, describe a time you worked as part of a team. This question here is 99% going to come up in your interview. It is a very powerful question because what they're looking for is very unique. They don't when you're answering the question, you want to try not to say we. I know you're working as a team, but it's how you worked in that team. You wanna come across as confident, but not overly cocky. You want to show that you can work well in a team, that you can bring other people into the team, but you're also able to step back as well and listen to what other people have to say. So in this question, you should be briefly describing a project where teamwork was the main goal. You would explain your role and what your team did, but you want to speak mainly about yourself. It's not we as a team did this, it's what I contribute towards the team, but how I also worked in that team. And then you want to speak at the end of the things that you learned from this, the experiences you learned, and things you might have done wrong. So next time you know not to do. Question 7. How do you handle pressure? Pressure is a big thing when it comes to interviews because in that moment you're going to be under pressure. So you want to show that you don't want to let pressure affect you, but you also want to have a good answer for this question because it's quite a typical question. You want to say you have like certain techniques. Let's say if you have a busy workload, how you can note things down. You might have a diary so you can plan things efficiently and effectively. They're looking for these sort of methodical approaches to a question like this and how you are planned because being going down the apprenticeship route, you have a lot of things. You have projects, you have to go to uni, you have to go to work on the job, off the job. You have to be able to work under pressure, that you're going to be put through a lot of pressure. This is a big question, an important question. You want to show how you well and truly work under pressure. And again, you want to give an example. When I was doing my A levels in school, I had multiple exams in not a single week. I split up my time, prioritizing the subjects that I feel like I'm behind in, and I made a timetable and I followed that timetable, something like that. Question 8. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? This is another good question because they're sort of trying to catch you out. They wanna see what you say, as in how you think you're gonna see yourself grow, where you see your career going. But you want to explain, you want to show your ambition to grow in their company. This is what they're really looking for. They're not trying to sign you just for you to stay for 6 months. They're looking at you for long term. If they're going to invest in you, send you to university for free, they expect you to stay for a good 10, 15 years. Of course you don't have to, but you want to come across as you that you are going to. So they're looking for, I see myself working in this company. I see myself, climbing the ranks, trying to get to manager, senior manager. That's what they were looking for in this question. You want to explain your ambition to grow in the specific company, take on new responsibilities, and continue your growth in your career within the company. So question 9, how do you handle feedback? When answering this question, you want to sort of show how feedback is a positive thing. When you take feedback off other people, you use it to grow. Let's say you had that answer of handling feedback is all about growth. I always listen carefully, take notes if needed, and answer questions to fully understand the feedback. I then reflect on it. They're looking for you to sort of say how you reflect on what other people give you, how you can better yourself from what you've been told, what you might have done wrong, and how you can improve on that. What they're looking for is how you sort of admit that you're not perfect and that you're willing to learn. You want to emphasize that feedback helps you grow and that it will help you succeed in this apprenticeship or in this interview, wherever it's trying to take you. You want to talk about how you value the feedback as a tool for growth and self-improvement. These are the sort of things that they're looking for in this sort of question. This question would typically come right at the end of your interview. Why should we hire you? This is where you want to sort of summarize what you would offer towards a company. You want to summarize your key strengths, your work ethic, your passion that you have within this specific industry that you've applied to within this specific company, how your values align with their values, what you can offer that they might not already have. You want to emphasize your eagerness to contribute to this company and how you can grow within this company. It's all about this specific company you're applying to, not the interview that you have next week about this company. You want to show why you are the right fit for this specific company. So yeah, I'm gonna go through some key tips that you should know for your interview. When you have an interview booked, you should have done enough prep beforehand so you know what to speak about. Let's say you're going for a role within National Grid or something to do with sort of the environment. You want to speak about things like net zero, things in the future. If you know about the company, the values that they have, the sort of projects they're working on beforehand, it means that when you go to the actual interview, you'll be able to focus on being a bit more calmer, thinking about all the notes you have instead of cramming in last minute revision. You don't want to be doing that on the day. When you're in the actual interview and they ask you a question, if you don't understand, you can ask them again. You can ask as many times as you want. If you don't sort of understand, or you want them to be saying a different way so you understand it better, you can ask them that again. They won't mark you down for that. Make sure you understand what they're saying so you can give them the best answer. Typically, at the end of the interview, they will ask, have you got any questions? You should always aim to try ask at least one or two questions. These questions could be like, um, how does a day in the life of like how is your day in the life working here? Or if I were to become employed in this company, how can I, work my way around the work-life balance? How can I progress within the company? You always want to be able to ask them a question for them to give you an answer. And all the questions stated in this video and many more, they might not come up. You might get random off-topic questions like, what do you think about the weather today? Or tell me about someone that's your hero. You want to be able to, of course, do your prep within about the company or about certain things in that field, but you also want to be confident enough to speak about anything. You want to get to a point where whatever's thrown at you, you're able to answer confidently and for a long enough time to give them a good enough answer. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed and I hope that this has helped you for when you come to your next interview. If you check in the link, if you check in the description below, there will be a link to my ebook where you can learn how to get an apprenticeship right from the beginning till the end. And if you don't mind, please subscribe. It will help me out a lot. Thank you.